inner child is a term coined by psychologists, which is basically the childlike aspect that everyone has. It carries our childhood memories, our emotions, and even our experiences. And I don't think our inner child is something that we should ever ignore. What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy, ProGraps, your favorite wrestling, poop talking steak figure here. And ladies and gentlemen, we is officially on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to sub up, man. We went to John Cena's final Raw. We gonna yap about it. And people, Wei Shen is one of the greatest protagonists of all time. Okay, Sleeping Dogs, 20 out of 10 game. Duh. But hi, my name's Adrian, and I like wrestling.
Those cats who ransacked Shibuya Cho.
Once upon a time, I was a young little sea lad, and you feel me now. I've told this story before about when this kid I went to school with, he made fun of me in front of all the girls for watching wrestling. Screw you, Kevin. But I never told y'all how that low-key affected me, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I stopped telling anyone that I watch wrestling. I don't know, I thought that was so embarrassing, so lame, and just so dumb that I was watching this every week. And I don't know, I guess I never got over that fear of letting people know, because I was afraid of being judged, or because I was afraid of being looked at as different, I guess, at the time. But now, one of the things that I've started to notice about myself as I get older is I'm starting to appreciate that more, you feel me? I'm starting to appreciate life a lot more now, and just some of the small things in life, I guess. I think just the more older you get, the more wiser you get. Oh yes, my beard is mighty long now, clearly. And something that I began to appreciate a lot more is joy, aka happiness, aka Live Laugh Love by Earl, aka Metal Gear Solid, aka me when Sleeping Dogs 2 gets announced. Please someone pick it up. And of course, pro wrestling. We all appreciate it. Me, you, random people on the internet that constantly poop on it, but then they're there 6 minutes before the Netflix stream starts up. And pro wrestling, specifically to me, is one of the things that brings me joy. But more specifically, it brings my inner child joy, and it just makes me feel like a kid again when I'm watching it. That inner child, the inner kid in all of us, the thing that makes us pop like we're 10 years old, but in reality, apparently I'm unk status now. I'm 23 though. So sit back, relax, and reminisce with your boy while I talk about some unnecessary things, you feel me? Transition. So for those that don't know me, okay, I grew up in a little rural suburban town known as New York City. You may have heard of it. And the culture for me when I was growing up as a kid, okay, it was all about basketball, rap, the MCU, and anime, a shit ton of anime. But regardless, wrestling was not in that damn equation. Now personally, I wasn't into much when I was younger. I was into wrestling, YouTube, basketball, Disney Channel, and Disney XD. Don't sleep, okay? Zeke and Luther, Kick Batowski, Sweet Life on Deck, Pair of Kings, kicking it. Oh my god, bangers on bangers on bangers. Nickelodeon, Adult Swim, and Cartoon Network, and video games, of course, you feel me? Honestly, pretty good childhood. So I started forming these interests and all these passions around this time, the early to mid 2010s. And this entire time for me is just pure nostalgia, dog. And it's not even like I look at it with rose-tinted glasses, right? Because I won't lie, okay? WWE during this time, for a kid, that shit was kind of awesome, I can't lie. But looking back at it, nah, man. But you know what though? You couldn't tell me anything back then, okay? Nah. It was this 2010 time period where, as a child, I connected with wrestling. I looked up to these characters as superheroes, and I watched this show religiously. I believe that John Cena was this Superman-like figure who served justice and fought for what was right. I believed in this cynical, sick, and vicious, and bald, conniving character, that he was really sick in the head. Randy Orton sold this shit so good that people still talk about 09 Randy Orton to this day, because it was that believable to us. You got Jeff Hardy, who was this non-caring, fun, and do what you want and be different type of character, and he was beloved by many because we all believed the ideology as a kid, right? To rebel against others and dress how you want and do what you want because you want to. And I don't know about y'all, but this guy, I've talked about him before. but genuinely a super villain to me as a kid. Like, scary as shit to me, man. Straight Edge Society, bro. This group was genuinely a super villain ass group to me. They had the big muscle goon and Luke Gallows, the scary looking girl in Serena Deb, which, I'll be honest, looking back at it, I think she only looked scary because she was bald. Do bald people look like a villain? The Rock, Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, Thanos. But my point is, we believed in these characters like if they were superheroes and super villains back in the day, man. And that's just part of the nostalgia feeling to me. I stayed up so many late nights watching Monday Night Raw, watching Friday Night SmackDown. I was binge watching the WWE Top 10 videos, and I remember they used to drop dumb shits damn near daily. And I didn't realize it, but during all this time, I'm building a connection. I'm building a love for this interest that brings me joy, even when no one around me was into it. It was just me and my brother against the world, dog. And I won't lie, my brother played probably the biggest part of this interest feeling so special for me. And for me feeling, I guess, a little personally connected to the passion of mine, you know? My brother grew up watching wrestling, right? And with that, he's loved this sport since he was younger. And since I grew up basically a little mini version of him, but way better and stronger, more handsome, oh my goodness. But because I grew up around him, I picked up some of his interests and I just found love for them. Pro wrestling. Kid Cudi is my favorite artist of all time because I love his music the most, but also my brother put me on to him, hence the personal connection due to my brother. Now, he also took me to my first ever wrestling show and many more, so shouts out him. And not only am I forever grateful for that, but my brother being the one to take me to my first ever wrestling show made my love in it way higher. It just made it feel more special. And what I mean by this is, I never knew the atmosphere of wrestling shows before, you know? Like, if you have never gone to a wrestling show, I advise you do everything in your power to try and go to one, because if you have gone, you know what I mean, okay? The crowd is super energetic, and me doing these chants with my brother, and we're just able to have fun and laugh and watch and enjoy these shows together in person, it just made my love for it 10 times stronger. And honestly, side note, all the shit people say online about wrestlers and wrestling, I ain't gonna lie, none of that shit matters in person, dog. I don't know, it just feels like a completely separate thing. Like, when you're watching it live, I don't feel as, I don't know, I guess no one's opinion around me is matters, and I'm just like, I don't know, like it's a different, I don't know, if you've been to the show, you know what I mean. I guess when you love something, you love it, of course, but being able to have someone you love enjoy that same passion with you and experience it with them, it makes that same passion and experience 20 times better. So that same kid that was ashamed and embarrassed all those years for liking pro wrestling is now on a public platform dedicating my love for it and little videos for people to watch. And I do that shit for my inner child, for the younger version of me that got made fun of or embarrassed for loving what I love and not being able to feel comfortable and publicly talk about it. And that's just the individuality we all have within us. Our shame and our struggles are the same recipes used for success, because what we love is what makes us us, you know? It's the authenticity that you relate to, that I relate to, and that's the same authenticity we find in these characters that we grew up watching. Stone Cold beefed with his boss and fought back against the system that suppressed him. The same thing millions of people across the world wish they could do at work. But not only that, Stone Cold is 100% himself, this tough, badass guy from Texas that loves to be on his own and loves beer. He's the same guy outside of WWE. If you go on Stone Cold's Instagram, side note, extremely wholesome guy, but this man loves his tractors, his peace, his cats, and his beer. And that is the same guy we see on TV. John Cena, he's this golden superhero, and he's a role model for people to look up to, and someone that is presented as an all-around good guy, someone that shaped people's moral compasses. And guess what? He's the same person even outside of WWE. This man has done the most Make-A-Wishes, and mind you, he's one of the busiest people on the freaking planet, and he still makes time for those that look up to him because he genuinely cares about people and loves these people. And it's that same authenticity that's what you see on TV, that what I see on TV, and it's part of the reason why, me personally, why I have a deep connection with this man and for what he's done for my childhood, bro, and inner child programs. I went to John Cena's final Raw in New York City, dog, and bro, that shit felt like the ending of a movie, man. Nah, not even, like a saga that's been building up to this ending for years, okay? My brother took me to MSG for John Cena's final Raw, and bro, one, thank you to my brother, I love you, and that shit, no joke, no bias, from top to bottom, was probably the best show I've ever been to, dog. Getting to see John Cena, Javon Evans versus Gunther, Becky Lynch versus Maxine, and the ending with the War Games brawl and the Roman return, freaking crazy, dog. Like, it's crazy too, cause alright, so quick little story time. Boom. Me and my brother, okay, we got to the garden like an hour and 10 minutes before the show started. And the merch line was super long, bro. That shit wrapped around half the arena. So whatever. We decided to get on the line, right? Cause duh, I need that Cena shirt. Which, by the way, I have never seen so many people wearing John Cena shirts in one space. That shit is awesome. Because New York is this big melting pot, right? This place is filled with all types of different cultures, personalities, and people. And the fact that we all came together to one place to appreciate and show love to this guy that's, honestly, he's representing a lot of our childhoods and just our past. And I think that, I don't know, I think that shit's awesome because of all the times people have been made fun of for watching wrestling or maybe embarrassed to talk about it. It's an awesome feeling to be in an arena filled with people that love the same thing you do. And I don't know, it's a really freeing feeling that I'm grateful to have experienced. But yeah, so boom, we online, and I told my brother if we're still on the line by 7:45, we could just go to our seats because Cena kicking off the show and I gotta watch it. So whatever, we finally get to the merch table, right? It was a line, and then the merch table was in front of the line. So boom, it's 7:54. We finally get to the table, and the clock is winding down. It's 7:58 now. And we're up next to buy stuff, but mind you, there's still like 2-3 people right in front of us buying the shirt, but whatever, they finish, we go up to buy a shirt. Boom, John Cena shirt. Y'all see that arm patch? Tough. But now it's 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Raw is starting. Our seats are still upstairs, so we sprint up there and we get up there, and the guy tells us our seats are on the other side. So it's this long walkway, but it's like a straight walk, but it's just a long walkway. So we run, we sprint across, and at this point we see that they're doing a replay of last week, so we still have like a couple, like 20 seconds, right? And we finally get to our seats, and the exact moment we got to our seats, like the literal moment we got ready, that moment felt like a literal story movie moment. Like it was fate or destiny or something. But the moment we got there, and I was able to witness John Cena come out in Madison Square Garden in New York City for the final time ever. And it felt like a satisfying goodbye and an ending that my inner child got. Cause that same kid that cried because The Rock called John Cena a bowl of Fruity Pebbles and the whole arena was chanting Fruity Pebbles at him, it was that same kid that cried when he thought John Cena got fired because of the Nexus. That's the same kid that cried when Kane came back and came out of the ring and he chokeslammed John Cena, and it was terrifying. And it was that same kid who saw John Cena come out in Madison Square Garden for the final time and was able to get his closure and say goodbye to his role model and child superhero. I saw Rey Mysterio and Sheamus in the ring with John Cena again like it was 2011. I saw Dolph freaking Ziggler come out like it was 2011 again. It was just such a fun moment, and that's the beauty of professional wrestling. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I was kind of gonna end the video right there, but I thought about it. I kind of just yapped about me and why it matters for my inner child, but I don't know, maybe you didn't grow up on John Cena. Maybe you didn't grow up on Randy Orton. But one thing I know that you and I have in common is that wrestling kind of feels like an escape at times, right? It's not even just about believing in the characters like how I brought up earlier, but it's about allowing yourself to feel like a child again, to believe in the wonder and allow yourself to have that childlike curiosity. Why do you think everyone has that same memory of, oh, I watched it when I was younger? Because when you're a kid, that's when you believe in most things, and that's perfectly okay. You're the most imaginative and most curious when you are a child. So you watch this thing that you believe is 100% real, and when you find out it's not, you either stop watching and become kind of a dick about it, or you keep watching it and it doesn't bother you because you still keep that inner child alive inside you. You keep that fire alive. You still keep that imaginative mindset, and you still choose to enjoy it for what it is, to enjoy this art form and appreciate the creativity in it. Because of course, you know, it's deeper than just, oh my gosh, these guys are doing super dippity flippity moves on each other, which I mean, that's like half the fun, to be honest. But it's awesome because it's a prime example of being able to enjoy something even when it's judged by others. To me, I feel like enjoying wrestling gets judged more than any other hobby that people enjoy. Well, unless like if you like some weird sick shit, then I mean, you take the cake. But maybe it's just me and my personal experience. But growing up, it wasn't something that I was able to really talk about in school. And even when I go online, a big stigma about it is that it's corny and childish, and the oh, it's fake mentality really created this negative stigma around it, when whole time, gang, I just like theater, bro. Like, I just like storytelling. You like watching grown men sweat on the court, I like that too, but I like seeing them sweat in the ring also. And that's why you feel your inner child whenever you watch it, because that was the time you believed in it the most. And judging others for liking whatever they like, that shit is so corny, dog. That is so lame. Enjoy whatever you enjoy, because you honestly only get one life. So why waste it worrying what someone else says about you, when whole time they got no personality, no character, no hobbies, and nothing going for themselves? Fucking loser. And thank you guys for coming to my latest grad talk. I have been your boy, ProGrapsTTT, and if you enjoyed the video and relate to anything I said, why not let me know down in the comments below and smash that goddamn like button. And last but not least, y'all, subscribe to your boy, man. We is on the road to 5K, 5,000 subscribers. Join the ProGraps Discord. Grab your cord, link is in the description. It's a vibe, pop out. Twitch, also down there, go follow. It's a vibe, pop out. And yeah, guys, I still don't got much of an outro, so I'm gonna leave y'all with ProGraps.